Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. Today I'll be showing you how to knit a leaf shape design on a double bed knitting machine. Begin with one needle in action on the main bed and all needles in action on the rear bed. Put one needle in action each side of this needle and knit 2 rows. Then, transfer these 2 new stitches to the left and to the right. We are basically increasing by 1 both sides. Knit another 2 rows. Continue increasing, and with each transfer we will create a lace hole. Always put the needles we transferred back in action before knitting the 2 rows. I will be increases 5 stitches each side, so if you want to create a repeat pattern with this technique, keep that in mind to leave enough stitches in between. Once I increased my 5 stitches each side, I will put the 3rd stitch on my transfer tool and I will start decreasing. This time I will transfer 2 stitches at a time. Transfer these 2 stitches and then put the 3rd stitch back on the needle. Do this each side until you get back to 1 needle on the main bed. This time I will only knit 1 row in between every decrease. Once you have 1 needle, you can begin another leaf as we did previously. The next example I will be showing you is a variation of the previous technique. This time we will have the lace holes going straight. Begin with 1 stitch on the main bed and full needle on the rear bed. Put 1 needle in action each side of this needle and knit 2 rows. We will increase 1 stitch every 2 rows, just as we did in the previous example. Only this time, we will transfer the stitches each side, making sure the lace hole will always be both sides of that 1 needle we had in action at the beginning. Make sure you put all the needles back in action before knitting the 2 rows. Now decrease just as we did before, 1 stitch each side every 1 row. You don't necessarily have to take 1 stitch off the needle when decreasing. I just think it looks a bit neater. It is really up to you how you do it. Question: what goes well together with leaves most of the time? Well, I guess flowers. I'm just going to show you here how I created some flower embellishments in between the leaves. Begin by picking where the middle of your flower will be and then sew 4 stitches, always going back to 1 point. Then, continue creating stitches in between those 4 stitches we created before, always going back to this middle point. This will be the center of the flower. I'm really not that great with embroidery, I'm sure you can see that. So this is why I'm sewing it this way, but you can just freestyle it as you want. Just make sure you have an even number of stitches. Next step is to go around the tip of the stitches. I will go around 3 times like so. Please don't judge me for my sewing skills. I find that this way my flower will begin to look more even and neat, and also be 3-dimensional. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon page. There's a link to it in the description if you want some extra content. I am open to any suggestions, so please send me a message on Instagram, also a link in the description, where you can follow me for more work. I hope we can get in touch. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. My name is Elena, and I'll see you in my next video.